Oh, thank you so much, Jethro Tull. Thank you so much, Jethro Tull, for those great songs before my show. Hi out there in video land. I am back. This is Straight Talk Thursday. Yeah. And today, what do? We straight talk. We give you the straight on everything. As usual, my name is Paul Calamere. This is your city, your voice, coming to you live from downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. And it's a pleasure to be here, a pleasure to have you listening in on the show, watching in. If you're watching the video later on today, you didn't get a chance to hear it live on 4680Q. But either way, you get to watch it or listen to it, whatever, if you happen to listen live. Okay, before we get into my show here, I want to just talk about our sponsors, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop and Hamilton Glowstone Lighting. Of course, we're hitting the last week. This is the weekend to go away, go to the X, do everything you got to get done. The weekend coming up, the long weekend, just to make sure that you end it off right before the kids go back to school and we settle into the fall and everything that comes along with that. So you want to make sure your car is running great. You don't want to break down on the long weekend going somewhere. You want to make sure it's all fine. Even if you're just going to the booze can to get a bottle of hooch, you don't want to break down on the way there for the weekend. You go into some event, a barbecue or something, you don't want to break down. You want to get there all safe and sound. So what do? You see Ken Hunter. You go see Ken Hunter at Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Let him check out your car from top to bottom. He has all the diagnostic equipment in his shop to make sure everything's running good. And that's what you want. You want a car that's running good. So go let him check it out. He'll check your brakes. He'll check your oil. He'll check your ignition. He'll check anything that needs to be checked. Replace your mufflers. Replace your exhaust. Tune up your car. I don't know, whatever you need done, he's going to do and do it right and get you out of there happy. And you're going to be glad that you were proactive instead of reactive, which isn't good. Reactive's not good. Where is this shop? Oakwood Drive, right next to the Kia dealership. I think his wildbillsauto.ca is his website. You can go there and check it out, or just give him a call. It's, just go to Google, search it. You'll find him. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Give him a call. Tell him Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Because after this show, you probably won't be, but maybe you will be. Some people think of the things I say are upsetting, get them all riled up, which I hope it does. I hope it makes them think anyway and get involved. Other people just pass me off as a kook, but that's okay too. I don't mind being a kook when I'm telling you about what's going on in this city. So the weather sure made a U-turn. Holy guacamole. Yesterday was like 80, 85 in the afternoon. Then last night, all of a sudden, it dropped by 10 degrees to 74 by 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And when I woke up, it was 64 this morning. Woo! That's a drop a mundo. And but you know what? It's kind of refreshing out there today. It's a beautiful day, sunny, partly cloudy, or cloudy, partly sunny, whatever way you want to look at it. Glass half empty, glass half full. But it's in the low 70s. It's comfortable out there. Not really, really humid like it's been the last couple weeks. Look I got something in my eye, probably my finger. That's the problem here. And every day I come in here, I'm either coughing or choking, or got the hums, and now I got something in my eye. I don't know what it is. Can't see. But so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look to a great long weekend, although they're calling for rain on Saturday and Sunday, if you can believe it. But you know what? These weather guys, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Especially in Niagara Falls, we live in this kind of little bubble. Things go north, things go south, pass us right by. So yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend. But I'm looking forward to a good long weekend. I don't know about anybody else, because I'm not going to do a show on Monday. I'm going to relax. It's been a long haul through the summer, It's been a long haul doing shows and stuff through the summer. So, so I'm going to be not doing a show on Monday. Now, I do the Habsolutely show on Wednesdays. Yesterday I do a show, Habsolutely, all Habs, all show. That's what the show's about. Absolutely. And don't mind me, I'm just checking my microphone down here to make sure all systems are go. Yesterday we had a little problem, so I just want to make sure we don't have that today. Anyway, I do have absolutely, and my buddy Gary Wilkins says you got to get rid of that show in the summer. There's nothing going on with hockey anyway, and you got to get rid of it. City politics is more important, which I agree. City politics is important. I dedicate 4 shows a week to city politics, Gary, and and I think he's a Leafs fan. He has no interest in the Habs whatsoever. He's a Leafs fan, so that could be why. He says I'm not interested in that. The heck with that. But at the end of the day, the Habsolutely was a product of an idea from our mentor Rick Rose. So I like to have the Habsolutely show, and before it was because of Rick Rose, it was his idea. And now it's in memory of Rick Rose when you get down to it, right? God rest his soul. He was a big Habs fan and now turned into a tribute as much as anything else. I don't know. I wouldn't feel right giving up Habsolutely. I don't think it would be right, would it? Besides, the Habs management are doing way more to improve the team um, over the summer. So every time they make a move, it's interesting to Habs fans and it's interesting to me. And if Rick were here, it'd be interesting to him as well. And you know what? The improving the city council doesn't seem interested in it, so it gets really boring listening to the rhetoric and then nothing happening. But thanks for the suggestion, Gary. We like your comments, we like everything, and I like to comment on comments. So if you give me a comment, I'm probably going to mention it if I see it. That's the way it is. Now, I don't know about you, but personally, when I hear the word harmonized, I want to run. When somebody tells me something's harmonized, I want to run immediately because whenever they use the word harmonized, they used it to make you think something's going to be better for you. But the truth is, it isn't. It isn't. Every time they bring in something harmonized, it usually costs you money. It gives me the creeps. And my wallet is never in harmony with the government's sticky fingers. And if you remember years ago, some of you younger people might not remember this, and I still got something floating around in my eye here, my finger. But if you remember years ago, and I remember because I worked downtown here at a store, when you sold something, all there was provincial sales tax. You'd pay $5 for a shirt, 3% provincial sales tax, which is 15 cents, and the total price would be $5.15. Now there was always a federal sales tax, but the store, the merchant, paid that to the government and included it in the price when he priced his shirts or whatever items he was pricing. Now, some bean counter for the government came up and with the idea of GST, goods and services tax, which was then added to the PST. So it might have been at that one time 3% for the provincial sales tax, another 2% for the feds, and that would equal 5%, right? So on your bill, you'd see it PST 3%, 15 cents. Did GST 2% on $5.10, total $5.25. And then it went up to 6% and 7% and 8%. And, finally the PST got to be, I don't know, 5 or 6% in the GST, which you never used to see it because it was a federal sales tax, went up to 7%. And everybody was screaming and yelling about this tax. So then they came up with the HST, the Harmonized Sales Tax, which hides everything. And now it's a straight 13%. They don't break it down. You don't know what the province is getting. You don't know what the feds are getting. They harmonized it, much like they screwed us when they changed gallons to liters and everything. It's a scam. It's a racket. And then it's harmonized, the harmonized tax. So what are they up to now regionally here? They're going to harmonize fares across the regional bus system. And as soon as I read that, I started checking my pockets. Like am I still got my wallet back here? I don't know. Every time I hear that word, I check my pockets because somebody's picking it for something. And they're going to use an effective $3.50 rate effective starting next Canada Day in 2025. So now this harmonized fare will apply to all services in the Niagara Transit System, the on-demand service where you can actually order a bus, specialized services for the handicapped, disabled, and that kind of thing, and conventional services. So they're harmonizing it to $3.50 a shot, right? So obviously, the more expensive creatures to run are going to be subsidized by the less expensive creatures to run. The $3 localized bus pass will increase by 17% to $3.50. The interregional transit fare will see a 42% drop to $3.50 to keep in line with the harmonized fare. Sounds like one will subsidize the other for sure, right? Now, the new fare structure is projected to increase revenue by $175,000. Well, how about that? Whenever you hear harmonized, look it up in the dictionary, and it'll say increase in taxes. That's all it'll say. That's the meaning of harmonized. That when the government's talking about it anyway. For the 6 months it's in place, it's going to generate 175, so that's 350 for the year. The senior and low income rates will remain the same, 45 and 50% respectively, of the new harmonized fare. So that's good news for seniors and low income earners. An adult 31-day pass will be a flat $100, and the aforementioned discounts will apply. All the fare exemptions will remain unchanged. They include children under 12, young people with a CNIB identification, young people with a CNIB identification card, plus their support person, transit commission employees, support people assisting fare paying persons requiring assistance, active duty military, veterans with an armed forces service card, and on duty first responders. So they are going to get their usual discounts, or does it say free, or let's see, exemptions? Yeah, they'll be exempt from paying fares because they're doing good deeds, and they have done good deeds for the community, and they need assistance. Now, I don't use the system, and the whole thing sounds good to me, but the harmonized thing always costs taxpayers money. That's my big thing. It's going to cost more money because it's making more money for the city, which they'll blow anyway. Now, I let's see, about it's going to cost about double. Like, let's just go back to our situation in Niagara Falls. Like, we were paying $7.5 million to run our own system, and it went over to Region, and they all of a sudden charged the city $15 million. So it cost us double what we were paying when the transit was in house, and we'll see what the city's cut to support the system is when the budget rolls around in November. Now, Councillor Loya Coco has challenged this since day one because at the end they're supposed to give us a cut. This was supposed to be cheaper when we downloaded it to the region, but unfortunately, it's costing us more. Which, does it really surprise you? No, the region's a big drain on our wallets anyway. But anyway, didn't work out good for us. There was no harmony involved in that move. I'll tell you, there's supposed to be some kind of a harmony involved. Well, the harmony is that we got taken for more do re mi. That was the harmony, and that's how it always works. I mean, there's no secret here. Anyway, great story. If you want to read about it, go to the review. Thanks to Bill Sawchuk, a reporter with the St. Catharines Standard, for the great article. And if you hear the word harmonized, today's lesson of the day. If you hear the word harmonized, check your pockets because they're probably being picked by whoever's using that word. Yeah, we know about it. Now, I was on Facebook, and somebody was making a deal about a $25 charge to get into the Irish Festival at Fireman's Park last weekend. And they were saying that it's very expensive. Two of them went. It was $50 to get in. Then you had to pay for food and booze and everything else. And okay, $25 isn't cheap. But if you think about it, for a whole day's entertainment of music and dancing and festival and everything else, it's not expensive. I mean, these guys will drop $400 to go to the OLG concert series there and see some 80-year-old guys without any teeth playing songs that they were playing good in the 70s, no problem. And they'll drop $300 for a dinner at one of the restaurants in the casino before they go. And they're worried about $25 to go to an all-day festival. So, I mean, you have to put it all in perspective. And believe me, I know what these things cost. Me and my buddy John Filion ran Day 1000 Musicians, and after COVID screwed everybody, the scamdemic, we were out there trying to do the show again, and we just couldn't get the financing to do it. It was impossible for us to get the financing to do it. The only financing after COVID was coming from sponsors because everybody's crying about the taxes going up and everything. So the city's cutting back on giving anybody any money. And it's just really, really tough to get the money up. So we were forced to do something we never wanted to do: charge the musicians more to play, which we don't want to charge them anything. We charge them a nominal fee, but they got their money back in a T-shirt and food vouchers and everything we could give them for the money they put in. And also, we didn't want to charge the members of the public to come and watch because it was a fun day for everybody to get in free, go and use our vendors, support our vendors, buy some swag that we had there, T-shirts and stuff. And we wanted to go that way to generate revenue along with sponsors and food trucks and everything. So that's the way we'd rather do it without charging people and charging a nominal fee for musicians so they could come out and have a good time. Well, we just couldn't put it together anymore. I mean, we were going to have to charge an entry fee to people, which we didn't want to do because we couldn't find any funding. And we were going to have to charge the musicians $50 or $60 to play. You have to raise a lot of money. It was costing us $20,000 to $25,000 just to put the show on, and we managed to raise almost enough revenue. We had to kick in a bit ourselves both times that we had it, and I can't even imagine what it would cost today with the price of everything going up, and nobody's giving you anything for free. The businesses are still hurting from COVID, believe it or not, and they just don't have the extra funds to give you. So it's a real tough go. So for $25, I think that's a nominal fee, and to go into the Irish Festival, to go in and have a day of having fun, have a couple of beers, listen to Irish music, and enjoy all the festivities that went along with it that these organizers put on the best show for the people for their $25. I mean, I don't think that's outrageous, although yes, if you're going to want to take your family there and there's four in the family, that's $100. But you know what? You go see some washed up guy at OLG stage, and it's $100 a person, not for four people. So I don't know. I sympathize with these guys. I understand exactly what they're going through to try to run one of these things. And we've seen a lot of these little concerts fall by the wayside. Last year they never had that Light of Day series, and Springlicious has gone by the wayside. I mean, these things are not cheap to put on, and nobody's got the money to just give you money anymore. It's just not the way it is. Things have changed a lot out there in the world in the last 4 or 5 years. So, congratulations to the Irish guys, the festival they put on, the organizers. It's a lot of work. You don't make anything on it, and anything you do make, most places would give to charity anyway. It's usually attached to some kind of charity to try to help Project Share, one of those things. And at the end of the day, it's just a lot of money to put on a nice festival for people, and unfortunately, there comes a price with that. And to be able to do it, you have to charge admission. I know, I know. It's sad, but it's the way the world's gone. Things have changed, and I'm trying to get everybody to understand, even at city council, that we don't live in the same world as we did. The world has changed, and to be able to work with it, you have to change the way you think. Whether it's charging admission that you don't want to charge, I'm sure the Irish guys would love to have everybody in for free. Just come on down and enjoy it. Buy some food. Support our food trucks. buy some booze. We'll make the money off booze and that kind of thing. But that it just doesn't work like that anymore. It just people don't drink as much. You can't drink and drive. It's just that those things that used to work in the old slow pitch days of the 80s. Where you had a sponsor like Coors Light sponsoring and giving you 100 grand or 50 grand for one of these things. Yeah, no, not anymore. Not anymore. That's not the way it works. So, um, congratulations to the Irish guys. They put on a great festival. I didn't go personally, but I know people have went and they had a good time while they were there, even though they were complaining about the dollars and cents of it. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. If you don't want to pay the price, don't go. And nobody's forcing you to go. And if you want to go have a whole day of fun for $25, there's not much you can do for $25 anymore. You go to McDonald's and get a hamburger for your kids, two kids and your wife, and you have Happy Meals or whatever the hell they're called. These meals, I don't go there, but by the time you walk out that door, it's probably 40 or $50. So, way of the world, my friends. It's the way of the world. Headline: Niagara Falls residents have say on parks and trail spending. My God. Well, well, well. City Council giving us a say in spending. They're going to let us spend $350,000. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me on this one. Get a pen and paper out. They're going to let us spend $350,000 of our own money. Yeah. Does it get any better than that? $170 million budget. We're going to be able to spend $350,000. Is anybody taking this seriously? I can't. This is a joke. Is this some kind of joke? Are they pulling some kind of a joke on us here? Put it in perspective. The new trail they're building at the old NST line or whatever it's called will cost us $12 million, with $1 million dedicated to it this year, I believe. I mean, why does city council constantly insult me? And this nonsense, community decision making, my ass. I'm insulted when they allow us to say what they spend. 0.2% of the budget on, 350,000, 0.2% of the budget. That's what we get as a city, and we pay the bills. We pay the bills. Yeah, they decide what they spend 99.8% of the budget on and make us feel good by throwing this piece of rotten fish at us. And you know what? It stinks like rotten fish. Why bother? I don't get these guys. I just don't get it. I tell you, every time I'm sitting in here, all it takes to keep people happy, it's not these stupid $350,000 baloney things. Clean streets, safe streets, and a clean city, well-kept streets. I'm so a safe city, a clean city, and good roads. That's all they want. That's all we want. So here we go. I can understand how they'd like to us to participate. Very nice of them because they have a huge spending problem at City Hall. Tell you the truth, they should give us about $50 million and let us spend it, not $350,000. Are you kidding me? But seriously, who are you going to scare with 350 grand? Now, the Penguin, our CAO, Jason Bridges, I said I wasn't going to call these guys nicknames anymore. But you know what? I just can't take the city council or the staff seriously. I really can't when they come out with crap like this. It says it's great to have residents participate in the decision making. How can he stand up there and say that seriously when he's offering us 350,000? Oh, and you haven't heard nothing yet. Wait till I tell you what they're putting up there for you to spend it on. You think this whole idea is wacky? Wait till I went there. I looked at what they want you to decide what to spend on. Wait till you hear it. Wait till you hear it. It's but council has the final say. So your input, even though they're asking for it, they might not take it to heart. They may not even do it. We don't know. Now the money's supposed to be earmarked to improve parks and trails. Seriously, folks, when these spendthrifts do a park, they do a park. 350 grand would be like a third of the cost of the new playground equipment, artificial turf, and remodeling of one park. To use the plural of anything, yeah, it just won't work. It just won't work. It won't be parks and trails. It will be park or trail. And by the way, if you say $350,000 to a trail, you only have to kick in another $11,650,000 to complete it. Touchdown! Here's some projects you can vote on, and please, when you're listening to this, please try not to laugh. Please try not to laugh. Don't get me going. Please try not to laugh. Here, I got to put this right in front of me. I hate to. I use notes all the time because I can't remember stuff like I used to. But here's the dealio. Here's the dealio. What they want to allow you to spend your money on: 350,000. A dog agility course at Fireman's Park. So that's $20,000 max. So you can say you want to spend 20,000 on that. Little libraries at parks. 1,000 for each little library. Now, are you kidding? These little huts they're going to park at parks with books in them will be vandalized in about 2 seconds. I guarantee you the first night somebody will steal it. Or it'll be knocked over, tipped over, it'll be broken into, books will be gone. uh, yeah, well, $1,000 for each little library, and I guess you can get 350 of them because 350,000 you have to spend on them. So you put them all over the place. Put one in your backyard where it's safe. An art project at the skateboard park. See, skateboarders just can't skateboard. They've got to look at art while they're there. $75,000 max you can dedicate to that if you want. So they can look at art. Listen, all you have to do is let the little rascals have a couple cans of paint. They'll create their own art. It's all over the city. It's $75,000. Are they crazy? This is insanity. Concrete ping pong tables at the McBail and Gale Center. I'm harmonized on this one. $25,000 a location. $25,000 for a ping pong table made out of concrete. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I can't take reading off the rest of them. It's so ridiculous. Seriously, I'm going to go to my second commercial before I read the rest because I'm just, it was hard for me to go through this list at home, and it's even harder sitting here having to tell you people who elected this city council what they're doing here. They want to do with your $350,000. At the end of it, I'll give you a suggestion. Anyway, let's get to something nice. Hamilton Glowstone Lighting. You see these houses all lit up nicely. Well, that's Hamilton Glowstone Lighting who did that job. They're the leaders in outdoor permanent lighting, and they do a fantastic job. What you do is you call in Buckbro. He'll come to your house and give you a free estimate. And I'm going to have a sip of water. He's going to give you a free estimate on installing this lighting. Now, the lighting is all LED, so it's really, really easy on your pocketbook. It's not going to make your meter spin like a top. It's all got a lifetime warranty on it. They're so confident in their product. They give you a lifetime warranty. And also, it's built in zones, so you can have red and green for Christmas, red and white for Canada Day, green for St. Patrick's Day, pink for whatever you have pink for. I don't know. What the heck is pink? Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think that's pink, isn't it? Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You control it right on your phone. A million different colors. Purple for Prince's birthday. Orange for Halloween. Doesn't matter. Now they offer this lifetime warranty, and if you really want to Griswold your house up, you can do it, and they offer financing on approved credit. How can you beat that? Pay $50 a month. Get your house done like Griswold. Light it right up. It makes your house safer because it lights up all the pathways, your driveway. It adds value to your home. So when you sell it, the guys know they won't have to go up and down ladders with Christmas lights trying to hang them up and everything. Nah, nice and safe, nice and easy. Change the colors when you want, and away you go. That's how easy it is. And every joint is sealed, so it's impervious against dust and moisture. How can you go wrong? Way better than hanging lights with cords all over the place, extension cords running around your house. That's not even safe, really. See what happened to Griswold there? Blew everything up. Anyway, just give Colin Buckborough a call, 289-969-1797. Or if you want, you want to see their work, go to glowstonelighting.com, just like it sounds, glowstonelighting.com, and see the kind of work they do. You're going to be impressed. And just give Colin a call. I'll do that number again because sometimes I talk fast. People don't get the number, but it's 289-969-1797. Colin Buckborough, proprietor. Give him a call. Tell him Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. He'll be happy. I'll be happy. Everybody's going to be happy because we like to see our listeners support our clients, our sponsors. Okay, we finished off at concrete ping pong tables worth $25,000 a location. What are you going to buy a wooden one for what? Like $100? Probably have Marketplace. You can get one for $100. That's not good enough. We got to have concrete ones. A disc golf basket for practice. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Guys, they whip frisbees around golf courses, right? And play golf that way. And there's a basket they got to throw the frisbee in for for their score. So they're going to put one of these things up somewhere. I don't know where, but it's $1,000 a basket, if you can imagine. An old garbage can will do as a basket, by the way, and you can buy that at Canadian Tire for about $20. But no, $1,000 per basket. So if you want 20 baskets, that's 20 grand. The nonsense knows no end. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. A shade structure at different parks around the city. A shade structure. $65,000 per shade structure. They can only afford 3 of them. That's it. You only get the vote for 3 of those. That's 65 times 3. What's that? 130 and $195,000 for 3 shade structures. Are you getting this yet? Are you harmonized? Are you harmonized yet? I'm harmonized. Chess or picnic tables at parks. A chess or a picnic table at parks. $3,000 to $5,000 each. Oh, I hope some of my friends are going to get these contracts if the people vote for these, because they're going to be able to take me out for dinner for the next year. Maximum 10. You can only have 10 of those $5,000 picnic tables or a chess game on a table. Park benches, $2,500 each. That's right, $2,500 for a bench. Maximum 20 benches. They must have to dig a foundation and glue them in, because that's a lot of money for a lousy park bench. Now, would you like to relax by the Prince Charles pool? They want to put in relax by the pool amenities at $250,000, and you can only have one of those at Prince Charles Park. That's it. They can only afford one with the $350,000. Now they're basing this on spending $350,000 by the time you vote and add up all your totals here. Are you mad? Are you mad yet? 25 to 1. I've been doing this 35 minutes. My blood pressure is sitting at 180 over probably about 130. Tree planting. Excuse me. Tree planting. $800 a tree. Maximum 437 trees planted for that. I, I hope they're money trees so the taxpayers can afford this. Maybe they can plant money trees like they have behind City Hall because they're spendthrifts, these people. A bike parking. Oh, yeah, those nice bike racks you see? $1,500 each. Maximum 6. I don't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making this up. People think I make stuff up. I'm not making this up. This is right on the website. Go to NiagaraFalls.ca or wherever the hell this is and look at it yourself. And stare there amazed in wonderment how this could be. Oh, here's a good one. Cricket practice area. I never knew crickets needed practice area. I see them jumping around my backyard. But anyway, you can have one of those. 50 grand. 50 grand for a cricket practice area. Oh, there's more. That's a dozen. That's the dirty dozen right there. But there's more. A cricket practice area. 50 grand for money. Number 13. Natural playground along Millennium Trail Manor. Not good enough just to have a nice path to walk. Like we have 32 miles from Fort Erie to Niagara Lake. Like we need paths. But you got to have a playground area there. Natural playground. 50 grand for a natural playground, maximum 3. Now you see what I mean when they talk about fixing up parks and stuff and everything. 50 grand for a natural playground. You can have 3 of those. We don't want you to have too many of them. You got to leave $200,000 for other crap. So you can only have 3 of those. 50,000, 50 grand for that natural playground along Millennium Trail Manor. Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Pollinator meadow. So they're going to build a pollinator meadow. Meadow. You only have 2 pollinator meadows. Sorry, bees. That's all you're going to have. 40 grand each. Now, I look across at the meteor crater, and there's a pollinator meadow right there that grew without spending a dime. They haven't spent a dime over there. I got one right across the street they can have for nothing. City already owns it. It's turning into a bigger pollinator meadow every day. 40 grand though. 40 grand for that across. Come down to the meteor crater across from the studio. Look at it. 40 grand that's worth. The pollinator meadow. Number 15. Oh, this is a good one. Can anything good come out of number 15? Youth gathering spaces. Maximum 2, 50 grand each. Youth gathering spaces. I would say this is like an invitation for gang wars. That's what it's going to be. Stay out of my gathering area. Get out of here. Maximum 2, 50 grand each. And number 16, the final one, right? Sweet 16, you can vote for is misting stations and bottle fillers. But you can only have 2 of those at $60,000 each. Where are they going to put these misting stations? I have no idea. Why would anybody need a misting station? I guess for runners, if they're running down the trail, maybe they'll put one by these little $50,000 parks. 60 grand each. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. I'm just reading this off to you. You get mad on your own. And there you have it. Have you ever seen a bigger waste of $350,000? All these options are a big no for me. No, we're not doing that with that money. And they actually make me cry. And probably this little study and survey and that cost $100,000 to put together. Then they have to post and tally the results. So the cost of deciding what to do with our money is closer to probably $500,000. This is total insanity, ladies and gentlemen. Total insanity. If you think I'm wrong, then let's hope you don't run for council next election, because I don't want to elect people who are going to say yes to any of this. Make no mistake, some of these loony projects will be built. They're going to be built. People are going to vote on them, and city council is going to build them. And when the votes are tallied, most of them will be destroyed by vandals before anyone gets to enjoy them. Believe me, today you can't have anything. They'll be spray painted, knocked over, broken, kicked, abused, like everything else in this city. Look around. Need I say more? Need I say more? Look around. You don't have to go far. Here's my suggestion. Free parking passes in everyone's tax bills, so you can park on city streets for free. The one that Mayor Jim wants to charge us $35 each for the year. And one ice cream cone a month from Ronnie Don's on Queen Street for every taxpayer from June to September. How about that? How about that? I'd say that's pretty good. Gary Wilkins is freaking. He's outside the window. He's freaking out there over this. I get what Councilor Lococo is getting at. I understand involvement for the people, but until there's a serious amount of money on the table for the residents to participate in, this is going to be the joke that it is right now. Move the number to 3.5 million. Now we're talking about participatory budgeting. Now, if you install a ward system, with each ward receiving a couple $1,000,000 to decide where best to spend the money in their ward, now we're really talking about true participatory budgeting. Until then, why insult us? Why insult us? Why make me sit here being insulted and having to tell people we're also going to be insulted? Why? I don't get it. What is the end of this? Trying to get some votes or trying to make us think that we're participating? It's not enough to be considered. I'm going to give you a dime if you tell me where you want to spend it. That's what it's like. Regular people. I'm going to give you a dime. Here, tell me where you want to spend it. You want a Bazooka Joe gum? What do you want? I don't know. It's just crazy. But thanks to Ray Spiteri for the great article. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, go read it for yourself. Go read the article. Go to the link on the thing and go look at what's out there, what they're talking about. I don't make this stuff up. Let's move on. Got it? Do you have 4.8 million hanging around that you're itching to spend? You just don't know what to do with it? Well, a property called a Piece of Heaven might be just what the doctor ordered for you, and dispose of your extra cash. Government city's going to take it anyway. You might as well blow it. A private residence is up for sale in Niagara Falls, located on the iconic Niagara River Parkway, just south of Chippewa. The home features 8,000 square feet of living, including 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. I don't know, 4 bathrooms isn't a lot for that big of a house, is it? Seems like very, very few bathrooms. I think they need another 8 bathrooms. And space for up to 16 cars in its garage. It sits on an acre of land, including 200 feet of water frontage, enough for your 120-foot yacht. Yeah, pull your yacht right up to the house. Featuring Italian marble walls, heated floors, vaulted ceilings, this behemoth of a house has 6 sets of French doors, heading to the front and rear stone private courtyards and patio. A heated pool is also a nice perk for your almost $5 million. It doesn't have a helipad, so I'm out. Yeah, I am. Without a helipad, I mean, if you don't have a helipad for this kind of joint, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But if you're interested, call your local real estate agent to arrange a private viewing. Do yourself a nice. You deserve it out there, anybody with that kind of money. Yeah. Spend it before you get harmonized. So it looks like Canada is taking a page out of Trump's book. They're moving to match the US tariffs on EVs made in China in a bid to keep China from taking over the Canadian market. Yes, you heard that right. I'm amazed since Justin Castro is a big fan of China and everything communist it has to offer. So when I saw this, I'm going, oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Of course, China's not going to take this line down. They'll definitely launch anti dumping investigations on Canadian products in China. Yeah, they're not going to take this line down. That includes canola and meat, their two biggest exports from Canada. China called this move a typical trade protectionism that violates the World Trade Organization rules and warned they will take all necessary measures to safeguard their legitimate rights and interests in China and any rights of Chinese enterprises. They went on to say these tariffs will backfire on Canadians as they benefit no one and hurt the interest of Canadian consumers with higher prices for Chinese bought goods. So big deal. We make them here. What about that? What's the matter with that? We employ people and make them here. I think that's a great idea. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's some guy wandering around out here giving me the salute. Yellow. Okay, of course, China's dumping cheap EVs on the already tapped out North American market would be a disaster right now. Car companies north and south of the border are on the ropes with their EVs, and the Chinese EVs are going to come in cheaper, so not very good. Many plants are quitting production as the buyers tap out on the price, and the fields sit with unsold EVs at this point. It's not good. They're shutting down Oakville, they're shutting down Stellantis, they're shutting down a bunch of them because they're just not selling. The market's saturated. It's done. Whoever bought into the EV scam already have theirs. And 99% of the people don't want them. I'm quite happy with my gasoline powered vehicle. Thank you very much. So, it's one of those things. And with Trump promising to drill, baby, drill, we're probably going to be able to buy gasoline at cheaper prices. And that will translate into Canadian prices as well when the market gets more oil in it, and also the Keystone Pipeline is developed to bring oil from Alberta. They'll be able to develop the tar sands and everything else. So when Trump gets in, when they have 60 days to wait, things are going to get cheaper. And keep those tariffs on the Chinese, though. Don't let them bring those cars in here or anything else. Believe me, it'll help the Canadian economy in the long run because we learned from COVID that when you have to depend on other countries for stuff, it doesn't work out. We're better producing it right in Canada, making it at home, employing people, and having stuff on the shelves because we can't depend on other countries to do that. And we're depending way too much on it right now. So congratulations to the government for putting those tariffs on. Stick to your guns. That's my advice. Stick to your guns. Back to the Niagara region. In a shocker, Niagara region says that Niagara will need to double the number of apartments, which now stands at about 21,000, in the next 30 years. Wow. I wonder why. Let me think. Maybe it's because they're bringing in hundreds of millions of immigrants that need houses too. You put the brakes on immigration years ago, we wouldn't need any today, probably. We'd be able to keep up with the supply